Child, let me tell you how. Ugh. What's going on, everybody? This is Dom, holding it down for the crew today here at Reviews in Black. And today we are talking awesome, amazing, breathtaking film, United States versus Billie Holiday, just released this past weekend on Hulu, starring the now Golden Globe winning, phenomenal songstress, and now even incredible actor, Andra. And what a better way to start off March, coming out of Black History, going into Women's Day or Women's Month, celebrating the first Black actress to win Best Actress in a movie, in a feature film at the Golden Globes. Amazing, and just could not wait to talk about this film. Also starring Trevant Rhodes and countless others, really bringing the story to life around Billie Holiday and the relentless pursuit of the United States government in trying to stop the war on opioids and drugs, using her as kind of the poster child for the event or for the situation. So before we get into all of the reviews and into my thoughts, let's go ahead and clear the air about what's factual and what's not factual about the actual film itself. Actual, not factual, about the actual. You get what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people think that this is a biopic of Billie Holiday's life, and it is not. It is still a fictional tale that pulls from various actual factual elements of her life and the story surrounding what happened between her and the U.S. government. But this is not considered a biopic of Billie Holiday. There is actually another movie that is similar, which I would think is a little bit more of a biopic around Billie Holiday and her personal story and her personal journey, but this one's not it. Because there's really very loose information around Billie Holiday's life in general. Between what it is that we do know and some of the things that are written, a lot of things were falsified, a lot of things were misconstrued or told in a way that really seemed contradictory to who she was. And so there's really not a lot of solid, hard facts around Billie Holiday without having to dig through a lot of the lies and misconceptions that have been painted through the whole situation between her and the U.S. government. But what we do know is this: she was, in fact, one of the most phenomenal jazz singers of her time, and continues to be just elemental when it comes to all types of music today. We do know that she did have a relationship with the same agent that was assigned to follow her and tasked to pretty much report to the FBI. That was the character that was played by Trevant Rhodes. They did have some type of relationship, and at one point he did confess to love her. Was it as in-depth as what the movie displays? We don't know, but it is based off of some truth there as well. Billie Holiday also was in numerous relationships with men who considered themselves to be a manager of hers, but always ended up in something abusive, something that was taking away from her and her spotlight and her coins as they continuously dug in her pocket and shortchanged her from what she was truly worth. From her first relationship as the manager all the way to the last gentleman who she ended up being with right before she passed. And it is also true that the commissioner of the FBI unit in this movie, Commissioner Harry Ansling, did indeed have it out for Billie Holiday. He believed that she sung the devil's music, especially with her iconic song, Strange Fruit. There also was an appearance in the movie by Tallulah Bankhead, who was an infamous Hollywood actress who is rumored to also have romantic relationships with Billie Holiday. And Billie Holiday was rumored to be able to get to know both sides of the coin when it comes to the circles that she ran in, both casually and a little bit more intimately. So now let's get into the actual elements of the film. First off, Andra was simply breathtaking as Billie Holiday. I always thought it was kind of funny because she always gave me a bit of Eartha Kitt vibes, but her as Billie Holiday was just it could not have been more perfect. Her eloquence, her ruggedness, her straightforwardness, her sass, just everything that you would think that Billie Holiday was embodied in how Andra Day portrayed her. It was breathtaking. Loved every single minute of everything that she did, even to the points where she broke down, where she had those emotional moments where she really allowed herself to get vulnerable. There was just such an earnesty in how Andra Day played these parts that really, at some point, you really just forgot that you were watching Andra Day play Billie Holiday, and you really felt like you stepped into the shoes of Billie Holiday and watched her go through this story, go through these struggles, go through these triumphs, go through these really convoluted and confusing moments and these hard decisions, and then still persevere and still press through. She was brilliant. It is clear why she deserved that Golden Globe through every single moment of that film, from the first time you see her on screen until the very last moment that we see her at the very end. Just breathtaking. And Trevant Rhodes is low-key one of my favorite actors of the moment. Not only because he's fine, but he just has this brilliant way of just bringing this boyish charm to whatever it is that he does. Maybe because he's fine. But I absolutely love the chemistry between Billie Holiday and his character, Jimmy Fletcher. There was such a discovery process that he had to go through, like an unraveling, as he was assigned to be able to be the ones to take her down, and yet became one of the ones that really understood her the most. And the film was there, from top to bottom, was there with her when he encountered her, walked with her through some of these really dark times, and then was there with her at the very, very end. It was just incredible. I love their chemistry. And then there was a love scene in there. Child, let me tell you how this love scene was. At one point, Tim was he was in the other room, and he came out and he was like, bro, you watching a porn or something? Like you got your juices flowing? It was juicy. Listen here. My God, today. It was brilliant. Oh my gosh. It was just brilliant. A little bit on the HBO After Dark side, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. But both of them, again, the chemistry that they created with their roles was just impeccable. You cannot make that stuff up. That is what happens when true brilliance steps on the set and really embodies the time, the essence, the stories, the backstories, the depth of characters that they are taking on. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful, 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 and eloquently and amazingly done. As much as I love the film, there's still a few things I think I would have liked to have seen. It kind of, in the beginning, you get a slightly bit lost because you really just don't understand kind of where it's going. It was clear that there was torture from her relationships, there was relentless pursuit from the government, and a lot of that was funneled into her music and the things that she said. Even from the judgment from her own people, asking her about her lifestyle and about the people that she was with. I would have loved to have seen a little bit more into the musical side of things, just understanding her process, how she created this music, what veins or what atmospheres that she put herself in to create these songs that were so iconic. Even with Strange Fruit, there is one point in the film where we see why Strange Fruit is a song that resonates so much with her, but yet we don't necessarily see the creation of the song and what became the catalyst for the creation of the song or any of her songs that's sung in the film. So that's something I think I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. And shout out to Andra Day, because she did not lip sync any of Billie's songs. She actually embodied a lot of her voice and sung it in her tone with a little bit of that Billie Holiday raspiness. So you got talent, girl. You got talent. In the film, it resonates a bit sad and dark because it doesn't seem like there's so much, if any, relief for her once she gets into the space of singing Strange Fruit and going from that song, and then so much turmoil afterwards. Again, it just would have been really nice to have a little bit more of upside to show what did bring her joy, which was singing, which was performing, which was uplifting and building her people through her music. And I would have liked to have seen just a little bit, just a smidge, maybe a big smidge, more of that in terms of her story. So now streaming on Hulu, United States versus Billie Holiday. If you haven't seen it, make it a point to see it and see it soon. I promise you, it is so well worth the watch.